We're going to go ahead and go right down here and try to make this look like she's realistically stepping into this area. So let's kind of position her feet a little bit better. And if you look at the shadows, you can see how you have a shadow coming in here. So it looks like the light source is going to be coming from this direction. So we need to think about that when we cast our shadows. We're going to be casting our shadows on the left and right. So let's add a new layer. Let's bring this below. And let's get our brush tool. Let's do a very big, soft, round brush. We're just going to be painting on some shadows. So now we're going to go up to our blending modes right up here in our layers panel and see if we can't blend these a little bit better. Maybe this soft light might be the trick. Just a little soft light, and let's just reduce the opacity. Just want a little bit of shadowing there to make it look like she's stepping in there a little bit more realistically. And we might want to add another layer of more intense shadows right underneath. So let's drag that underneath. So this is shadow, and this is another new shadow layer we're going to have. And we're just going to do a little bit more of an intense shadowing right there with her foot. Just right there where she's stepping in. Of course, we might need to go back and fine tune that little foot later, but just for this exercise, let's reduce the opacity a little bit just to kind of give more dynamic shadows. And they're not all the same tone. Sometimes they're going to be a little bit darker in certain areas. And there is shadows. So let's see if we can't sharpen her, because this is a very sharp photo background, very high resolution. She was cut out from a much bigger photo. So in this case, we probably should sharpen her to match the sharpness and the high resolution of the background photo. So I'm just going to sharpen her. Just going to go to her layer and sharpen. So now we can add more dynamic light. So here's what we're going to do. We're starting to collect a lot of layers here. We're going to add a layer on the very top. And this is going to be kind of our lighting layer. We're going to add a little bit of lighting here to kind of bring out more of that evening effect on both photos. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a sample using the eyedropper tool. And let's take a sample of this orange, kind of a sunset color. And we're going to get a soft round brush, but we're going to make it really, really big. Maybe even 2,000, 2,500. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to paste it right here. We're going to zoom out. The sun, it looks like from the shadow, now we know the sun is kind of coming from this direction. So let's do right here where the sun would be coming from. And let's add a little more pop of orange to that. Just adding some color. So now we're going to use it looks like a total mess right now, but let's set this to a blending mode. It's going to soften it quite a bit and give it more of an ambient light. So far, screen and lighten both look really good. Let's do the lighten. And of course, we don't need to have any kind of light going outside of this door. Select inverse. And then we could just do a clipping mask. Crop that out. So that's what it looks like before, after. We can soften this. We don't need to do 100% opacity. Just ways to add a little bit more of that ambient light. This course is all about those fine little details, so let's add another layer of detail to this. We're going to create a new layer. This is going to be hair highlight. We're going to do the same thing we've done before. Let's set it to soft light. Let's get a nice, really light peach sunset color. And we're going to paint on some highlights on our hair. So just using the soft round brush. And we're just going to just bring in, and we got to select her first. So let's select our woman. Just doing the quick selection tool. Just going to inverse that selection. I just have her selected. Back to the hair highlight tool. I'm going to grab our brush. Just going to start at the very top and just kind of add a little bit of highlight. This really brings out that sunset in her hair. You can even do her shoulder and down her arm. That will also emphasize the sunlight coming from that direction. You can even do it on her dress a little bit if you wanted to. We're just adding those little highlights. And there we go. So this is before and this is after. Just adding a little bit of that sunset to her. So I think we're done for right now. I think we got something started here. And we can continue to work on this for another hour or so. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the final, that we're able to kind of take two totally different photos. One where she was walking on the beach with a different sunset, and another sunset photo, and we were able to compose them together and make them look like they belong as one photo.